France went off at 47 strokes a minute and really meaning business. But watch them get into their rhythm. You know, they'll take it off for the first 20 strokes really high, then they'll settle down to from 47 down to 42, reach out a little bit more, then they'll hit their race rhythm by the first minute, and there they are now settling in at 38 strokes a minute. Dan Hart and Paul Matic were in the 2- in the lightweight coxless pair in Gifu. They came 7th. Now they've been put into the middle of the British 4 and making a good difference. And the man who really makes a difference is James Clark. He's new to the group and he's set a lovely rhythm.
Great Britain then having the race of their lives so far. They need to be. We're in the semi-final stage here of the 2006 World Rowing Championships, and it's the semi-final of the men's lightweight coxless 4s here. Still a good spread. They're all nicely, tightly together. Into the second 5 now, all about just getting good boat speed. Lane 2 there, Ireland, the winners at Lucerne 6 weeks ago, surprisingly down, but they're going to start stalking through here, so we'll watch them. 2 down from the top. USA in lane number 1, Ireland in 2, France, race leaders in lane 3, looking very, very majestic as they come out. Germany dumped down in 4 at the moment, but they're still in it. They're still around, but you just don't want to be in that sort of wake area where the water coming off the finish of both sides. Great Britain on their left, they're going to just come into that lane there.
France at 37 strokes a minute, Ireland at 36.5 strokes a minute, Great Britain at 37 strokes a minute. That's very, very tough at the top there. That's high rating stuff. And if they can let their boats run, make their boats work for them between the strokes, that's where these races are going to get won. Very impressive with America up in the top of the picture there. They've got into their rhythm and they're moving very well. Ireland got dropped a little bit, but working their way back up through the field.
Poland doing pretty well in lane at number 6. We've got Pawlak and Pavelchuk in the center, the middle pair of that 4, really just powering it on here. And Bernatic is the stroke of the Polish crew. In lane at number 6, still in it though, which is pretty good. USA up in lane at number 1, but we're looking at the race leaders. France, lane at number 3. Halfway point there. Then in the men's lightweight coxless 4s, France, USA and Great Britain well positioned there again. Now Great Britain have had a good first 1,000, but it really is about cranking it, just tweaking it. They've got to go a little quicker. You can't just be sort of sitting here settled thinking, yeah, everything's going nicely. You've got to step up, take it on.
Just looking at them there, they just seem to shorten a bit. And if you allow tension to come into the boat, that really inhibits your movements. Any top athlete you'll ever see is always relaxed, always loose. So it's very, very important that Great Britain can stay loose like this.
Beautiful,
look at that. They are loose, they are relaxed, they're so well together. Very well drilled crew.
Played in, and they just hang off it.
But look at Great Britain. Great Britain are still up there. They're very well positioned. But Ireland have come through well into second place.
So James Clark from Durham University Boat Club, Paul Matic from Wallingford Rowing Club, Daniel Hart from London Rowing Club, Matt Beachy from Leander Club sits in the bow seat there. Great Britain know that they have to qualify here to take this any further, to have a part in the final, to move on, and they really believe they're getting it together. They're getting this lightweight scene together now, and Great Britain really are starting to. They are being brave. They are being a little bit ruthless. Well, we'll take on the world champions here because we are on home water, and we know the majority of the crowd here on Bankside will be urging us on in the final stages of this race, which we are now approaching. Great Britain, though, in second position, about 2 feet down from France, and watch out, because the second down from the top in the green strip, Ireland coming on.
3 to go through, and they're in a good position. Fantastic position. Watch out for Germany.
So 500 now remain. Great Britain move up into the second position. Ireland are coming at them too. And as to Germany now, look at that. In the screen ahead of you, got 5 boats. All of these crews could qualify. Any one of these crews could qualify, but only 3 can. And the Great Britain crew have timed it very well so far. They've positioned themselves so they can now launch their final attack, and launch they have to because France have started to respond. The French are going again, but the Irish crew in lane at number 2, the silver medalists from the World Championships last year, they were first at Lucerne. Up go the Irish as to the French. Now Great Britain really have to push it on again because in lane 4, Germany stalking the stern, stalking Great Britain. 250 meters remain down. A great finish in line.
Great stuff. Great Britain just has to raise it. They're still at 37.5 strokes a minute. France are up at 40 strokes a minute to hold off Ireland, but they are doing very, very well. They're keeping it long, they're keeping their form, They'll hold off Germany. They're going to secure that third place. They might even move past Ireland.
125 metres remain. Great Britain now must go for the win. Let's go for the win so we get the lane, a great lane then in the final here. The Irish are storming back again. Here come Ireland, here come Germany, hanging on. France, the world champions. 50 metres remain. France hanging on. The British crew are coming through nicely here. The top, we've got Ireland. The Germans have not given up. We've got 5 strokes remain. France will get it, and Great Britain on the line, holding on to the second position. They qualify through. Ireland in the third position, and Germany, well, we had 4 boats through the line, and the Germans were the worst off for it. But Great Britain safely through, and that just shows you the relief there on France, the race winners, the world champions. They are through. But one thing is for sure, it's going to be a fabulous final.
Oh, but Gary, British lightweight rowing has come of age. That is such a surge on from the last 4 or 5 years, where they've been in the doldrums, and watching the double earlier on, just getting squeezed out, and now watching the 4 do this. That was fantastic effort from the Great Britain lightweight team. Fantastic.
This could be in a final. The way they raced, they timed it nicely. The sprint from everybody in. See how they had to hold off the Irish. The Irish were out, and they were nowhere at 5.